For years, players have been begging Rockstar to add the ability to sell and source product in invite-only lobbies, and finally, with the addition of the Criminal Enterprise DLC, Rockstar has allowed this to happen. This is huge, especially for the solo grinding players in the Grand Theft Auto 5 online community. I'm a PC player, and the sheer amount of modders you will find in almost every populated lobby is actually insane, and now you don't have to do glitches to get into solo public lobbies. You just go right into an invite only and sell your product. But there is still one question that I had lingering that I wanted to talk about in today's video, and that is a very simple question. Can you sell all of your MC businesses solo, all sale missions included? In today's video, I'll be breaking into each of the sale missions, how long it should take you to complete them, and everything else you need to know. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video, and let's get straight into it. The first question and comment that I want to completely debunk that people are definitely going to ask in the comments is, well, why not just sell your product when it's only worth of one vehicle? And it's a very simple answer. It takes too much time. If I have 4 different motorcycle club businesses, which I currently do have running, so I got my weed, my methamphetamine, my counterfeit cash, and my cocaine. If I am constantly selling each one of those businesses when there's only one vehicle available, then I'm going to be spending more time actually selling the business than I really want to be. To visualize why it's such a bad idea to sell when there's only one vehicle of product worth in your motorcycle club is how much time it's going to take you to sell. Let's say on average it takes 8 minutes to sell my vehicles. Let's say it's 13 minutes for my post stop, about 10 minutes for my trash master, about maybe 7 minutes for the helicopter and the planes, maybe, I don't know, 10 minutes for the boat because you got to drive over there, and then the final one we would have that are the fastest is the big ol' phantom truck, which takes maybe 6 minutes, and then as well we have the bike, which probably takes 5-6 minutes. If we add all those together, and let's say I sell 4 of my businesses, which I always have running, then it's going to take me probably about 35 minutes of selling. But I also have to fly there and go to each business, so more about, let's say, 40 minutes to sell those 4 businesses. You also have to take into account that if you have any product in those businesses while you are selling, that means their bar is going to go up. So in that 40 minutes, if let's say you've got your weed business running, you'll probably have to go back there, sell it again, and start the whole cycle over and over. That is the problem I have when you sell when it's only worth of one vehicle, is that you're spending so much time selling that you can't do, let's say, payphone hits. You can't do other ways of making money that are way more efficient, like special cargo sourcing or, doing the KO Preco heist. You just wouldn't have enough time in between. And that is why we're testing today's theory on selling your full product in a solo session. With that aside, let's break into the first and by far the worst of all the delivery vehicles, the post-op van. If you're selling a full product, you're going to get 3 post-op vans. And yeah, they're not very fast. At a top speed of like 75 miles per hour, and that's on perfectly flat ground, the post-op takes by far the longest to get into the city if you're selling from Sandy and vice versa. The other problem with the post-op van is it has some of the worst torque I've ever seen, which means it barely climbs up hills. Weirdly enough, the Trash Master is actually quite fast at climbing up hills, but yeah, can't be said the same for the post-op vehicle. So basically, it takes you forever to get into the city, and then for some reason, when you're doing the city sale missions, they're just in the worst locations. One of them is all the way at the side of the beach, and you got to drive over to that one, which takes a good 2 minutes, and then you got to drive back to the city to do your other deliveries. The simple answer is that you don't have enough time to do all 3 vehicles when it comes to the post-op van, but there is a very easy solution to this problem. As you can see, I've been trying to do a post-op van delivery, but I've only got 6 delivered out of 15. And that means I still have 4 more to go on this truck, then I gotta go fly all the way back to the weed farm, which is almost near Polito, and then go get that one, drive it back to the city. It's just not going to happen in 12 minutes. So I know that. I'm going to instantly leave the session and go into another invite-only lobby. This takes maybe 5 seconds. I mean, you can see I've already loaded into the other lobby, unlike loading into online lobbies that have terrible networking and it takes Rockstar a good 2-3 minutes to load you in. Literally, there you go. I'm already in the lobby. It is that incredibly easy. And the best part about this is that you'll notice we go back to the weed and it's basically full product. I've only lost maybe 5% of the overall product I had. So this is a very easy way of basically making it so that you're not going to lose any product. Sure, you might lose 10% of the money, but it's really not the end of the world. It's better than not being able to sell your product. And I have to say, out of all the testing I've done, the only vehicle that you do not have enough time to deliver with is the post-op van. And you will also notice that we got a different delivery vehicle, this one being the planes. Now, speaking of the planes, it's honestly one of the easiest deliveries to do. Unfortunately, the planes are pretty boring. You get the Dodo, which is like the slowest flying plane in the game, only goes at 100 miles per hour. It's pretty painful, but because it is a flying vehicle, there's no roads, there's no driving you have to do. You literally just gotta stay below a certain height. The police can't detect you, and it's that easy. Just do the drop-offs. As you can see, I managed to finish this solo plane delivery, delivering all 3 of the planes and 15 different products in a matter of, 25 minutes? Not too bad. You can very easily do that solo, even if you have a couple hiccups here and there. One thing I should point out as a very big pointer is that you need to own a Sparrow. You need to own a Sparrow. What I do is I will deliver the first vehicle, jump out of the plane, spawn in my Sparrow right next to me, and then fly back over to Grapeseed, get in the next plane, despawn my Sparrow, do the exact same thing over and over. If you don't have a Sparrow or an Oppressor Mark II, it's gonna take you way longer to make it back to your vehicles. As I said, the Dodo only goes 100 miles per hour. So if you actually just use a faster vehicle to make it back, it's going to save you a huge chunk of time. But even then, I wanted to test it just flying the Dodo back to the location, and even then, I still managed to finish with 5 minutes overhead. So if you did this, and then you jumped out of the Dodo and made it back faster with a Sparrow or an Oppressor Mark II, you would probably manage to finish this with maybe 10 minutes extra. It's very easy to do the sale missions. Next up, we have one of the better delivery methods you can get, which is the motorcycles. It might seem like a real pain to have 4 separate vehicles to deliver. You might think it's one of the worst, but there's no drop-offs you have to do with the bikes. You don't have to deliver to specific locations. It's drive from point A to point B. Now, there are 2 different sale missions you can get. There's one where the cops try to attack you, and then it's pretty easy because you just have to deliver all the bikes to one location. Or you get the second one where you have to deliver them into vans. I don't mind either of them because they're both really easy. The furthest delivery you can get is like to LSIA, which takes maybe 6 minutes in total, and that's the furthest. And then all you do, call in your Sparrow or whatever your fastest mode of transportation is, fly back over to the second bike, do it all over again. As you can see, it took me in total about 20, maybe 19 minutes to do these bikes, and that was with me barely even paying attention. The bikes is very easy to do, and I mean, you could easily mess up multiple times crashing and still have plenty of time to complete the sale mission. Up next, we have the MTL Pounder. I shouldn't really have to explain why this is the best of the sales you can get, but I will. It's one vehicle. It's one single truck. It takes maybe 5-6 minutes to do the delivery, and then you're done, and it's over. You get the full payment. In fact, if I could get this delivery mission every time, I would very easily do it in public lobbies because of how easy the sale mission is. So if you get the Pounder, you are incredibly lucky, and you basically just get a freebie on your sale mission, saves you an insane amount of time, and it's really easy. Another amazing sale mission to get is the boats. It takes on average about, 18 minutes to do the boats. It's pretty easy, and that's because it only takes about 5 minutes to sell each boat. Obviously, Rockstar didn't want the boats to have to drive across the entire map for drop-off, so they made it actually that you have to do each drop-off in 50 seconds, and you get like a little bonus payment. Because of that, yeah, it only takes literally about 5 minutes to do each boat sale mission, and that's if you're even missing the drop-off times. Then you drive the boat right to shore, boom, spawn in your Sparrow, fly back to the next boat, and do the same thing over and over. As you can see for this one just alone, took me about 18 minutes to do the sale mission. That's not that long at all, and very easy to do solo. Next up, we have the helicopters, which is actually one of my favorite sale missions because of how easy it is. Planes are a pain, because not only does the Dodo fly slower than the actual helicopter, but as well, you gotta fly to a restricted height limit. The helicopter, you literally have no height limit, and it goes fast. So you just do the drop-offs. I would say if you get it down to a rhythm, it actually took me like 3 minutes to get to the helicopter because my driving sucked, and I forgot to despawn my Sparrow before calling it back in. But if you do it right and you get across the Alamo Sea, it's maybe gonna take you like 15-16 minutes to do all of the sale missions with the buzzards, which makes the helicopters one of the easiest sale missions. Plus, it's actually kind of fun to do the sale as it is. And that leaves us with our final vehicle being the garbage garbage truck. Now, I do want to point out that this clip you're seeing here is not from me. I tried so hard to get the Trashmaster delivery. Unfortunately, I just couldn't. It's actually weird trying to think that I wanted to get a worse delivery vehicle, but I did, because I was trying to get it for the YouTube video. I've had this video planned for about a week and a half now, and I've just been trying to get the different delivery vehicles, and I gotta say the Trashmaster was very hard to get. Same for actually the helicopters and the UPS van. By far the most prominent was the bikes and the planes, and then occasionally it was pretty easy to get my hands on the truck as well. But yeah, I don't know why. It seems like actually the worst delivery options are harder to get. I don't know if Rockstar actually made that a higher chance to get the easier deliveries, but either way, what I can say is that it is very possible to do all the deliveries with the Trashmaster. Sure, takes a heck of a lot of time. You can see here that this person has done 14 deliveries and has 3 minutes and 40 seconds left, but he is still going to be able to do the delivery, meaning that yes, you can do the delivery solo. In fact, I can confirm myself, having done this mission many times solo in the past, that yeah, you can do it. So what I will say, overall, you can sell your MC businesses solo. Sure, it might be a bit painful, it might eat into your time a bit, but you can sell them solo. The final question that I'll be answering for today's video is, should you sell your MC businesses solo? And the answer is yes and no. If you have friends to help you sell, then obviously you shouldn't be selling them solo. It's going to take you more time, and frankly, it's going to be a waste of time. But if you are a solo player and a solo grinder, there are a lot of people out there that always try to say they don't do the MC businesses because it's not worth the time for the money it makes. That's actually incorrect. And the very simple answer is because your businesses are still making money while you're doing the sell missions. As long as you have product in your cocaine while you're doing a sell mission, your cocaine can still actually make money during that mission. Very simply put, you're not actually losing hourly income while doing sell missions for your businesses. Now, sure, you are losing income if you're not able to do payphone hits and source cargo if that's your other ways of making money, but if you're waiting for your KO Perico cooldown, it is not a bad way of selling your product. I would highly suggest to get your hands on all of the MC businesses. Apart from the document forgery, you'll actually be making a pretty decent chunk of money. Either way, hopefully you enjoyed today's video. This took a heck of a lot of time to actually get content for, so please do consider smashing that subscribe button down below and joining the Discord server, but I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.